What if I told you that the degree you're pursuing might be preparing you for an economy that's already disappearing, and that the economy replacing it has millions of jobs that nobody's trained for? But here's the thing. If you understand what's actually happening, there's a path through this. There's actually a pretty clear opportunity here if you know where to look. I want to talk about something that I think is going to matter a lot for anyone under 30. Or anyone with kids under 30. Or honestly, anyone trying to figure out where things are headed. Because there's this massive disconnect happening right now between what colleges are producing and what the economy actually needs. And if you can see it, you can get ahead of it. If you can't, you might spend years wondering why nothing's clicking. So here's a number that should make you uncomfortable. 2.1 million. That's how many manufacturing jobs are forecast to go unfilled by 2030. And it's not because the jobs don't exist. It's because we just don't have people with the right skills to fill them. And here's another number. 386,000. That's how many people graduated with business degrees last year. Business is still the most popular major in America. Has been for over a decade. Almost 1 in 5 undergraduates. Then health professions, then social sciences. And look, I'm not saying those are bad degrees, but here's what's happening in the background that I don't think enough people are paying attention to. The US is in the middle of what people are calling re-industrialization. Companies are reshoring manufacturing. 244,000 jobs were announced last year just from companies bringing production back to America. And the top priority, according to every survey of manufacturers, it's not tariffs, it's not tax breaks, it's workforce. They literally can't find people. And the jobs they can't fill? I mean, these aren't the old assembly line jobs your grandfather had. Those aren't really coming back in the same way. Modern factories, they run on robotics, automation, AI, data analytics. They need people who can program and maintain and troubleshoot these systems. People who actually understand how machines talk to each other. So here's where it gets kind of wild. 80% of education professionals believe robotics and automation will shape the future of employment in the next 10 years. 80%. But only 1 in 4 educational institutions actually use robots as part of their teaching programs. 1 in 4. So the institutions, they're just not keeping up. They're not pivoting fast enough. And honestly, it might not even be their fault. Universities are slow by design. Curriculum changes take years. Accreditation is a whole process. They're built for stability, not speed. But that leaves you, the person trying to figure out what to do with your life, in kind of a weird position, because the degree track you're on might be preparing you for an economy that's already shifting underneath your feet. So what do you actually do about this? I think you have to start thinking about building your own track, not abandoning formal education necessarily, but augmenting it. Aggressively, taking ownership of what you're learning instead of just following the syllabus and hoping it works out. And here's where it gets kind of exciting. You now have tools to do that which just didn't exist 5 years ago. You can use AI to help you build a curriculum. Like, literally ask it to map out what you need to learn to work in robotics, or automation, or advanced manufacturing. Ask it to explain concepts. Ask it to quiz you. Use voice AI to talk through problems like you're working with a tutor who has infinite patience. You can use tools like Cursor to actually build things, to write code, to understand how systems work even if you're not a computer science major. You can find experts on YouTube who are sharing real-world knowledge from inside these industries. Not theoretical stuff from a textbook, practical stuff from people actually doing the work. And here's the key insight. If reindustrialization actually happens at scale, if the US government actually commits to this, there's going to be massive demand for people who can work in these new environments. But the traditional education pipeline, it's just not going to produce them fast enough, which means there's going to be a whole new set of onboarding tracks, apprenticeships, certifications, alternative pathways that don't exist yet. The people who position themselves now, who start learning the relevant skills before the formal programs catch up, they're going to have a massive head start, like a real competitive advantage. So if you're a new grad or about to be one, and you're wondering why the job market feels weird, why companies aren't hiring the way they used to, part of it is this mismatch. Leadership doesn't really know what roles they need yet. They're kind of frozen. They're waiting to see how things shake out. But the underlying trend is pretty clear. The economy is moving toward automation, robotics, AI integration, advanced manufacturing. Nearly 500,000 manufacturing jobs are unfilled right now because people don't have the skills. By 2030, it could be 3 million. So the question isn't really whether there will be opportunities. The question is whether you'll be ready for them when they show up. And increasingly, that's on you to figure out. The institutions might catch up eventually, but you don't have to wait for them.